What we saw last night in a more positive note, I think shows exactly who Patrick Mahomes is and exactly what you want when you give your quarterback a big second contract. And I think illustrates how big these decisions are for teams that are in that spot. And we already knew this about Patrick Mahomes. He won consecutive Super Bowls in the first 2 years after the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill. But last night was such a shining example of who he is as a player and what he does to elevate the people around him in a way. And I don't think it's hyperbole to use these names at this point. He guys won 3 Super Bowls in the same way that Tom Brady once did, in the same way that Peyton Manning once did. You see it in the way he elevated Juju Smith-Schuster, who was seen as being in complete disrepair when the Patriots let him go in the summer. We see it in how he gets something out of McCole Hardman, who the Jets had no use for. We see it in how they had a role last night for Samaje Perine, and Perine made a huge play in converting a 3rd and 22. Perine, of course, was released by the Broncos over the summer. So, you look at where Patrick Mahomes is and what he's been able to accomplish with the team around him. Again, it's a perfect example of what you want when you pay your quarterback. Because when you pay your quarterback like that, you are in a position where you are going to be asking him to do a little bit more than than he had to do while he was on a rookie contract. And what that looks like, well, that means you may not have the $5 or $10 million to fill the hole that you did in the years previous. And you're going to have to make it work with guys on rookie contracts. You're going to have to make it work with guys who are discarded by other teams who might be coming back. We saw it, over a decade ago with Peyton Manning incorporating a guy named Blair White into his offense in 2010. And that was a team that wound up making the playoffs, but had massive injury issues and was coming off of a Super Bowl. We saw it happen with Tom Brady, who, after they traded Randy Moss, brought back Deion Branch, who was supposedly on his last legs. Seattle had let him go. Branch comes in and plays a major role in an MVP season for Tom Brady, and then the following year catches 90 balls in a Super Bowl year for the Patriots in his 10th NFL season, doing what Manning did in Indianapolis, doing what Brady did in New England. That's what Mahomes is doing now in Kansas City. And again, it's over the next few years what the Bills are going to ask of Josh Allen. Allen's already showing signs he can do that. It's going to be what the Bengals are going to ask of Joe Burrow, going forward from here. And we're starting to see where that's manifesting in Burrow and the offense having to carry a defense that looks like it's aged a little bit and has some pretty significant holes in its secondary. So, I think, if you want to look at what happens after you pay your quarterback and what you need your quarterback to do, that Monday night win for Patrick Mahomes against the Saints is a great example of it.